Right, let's take you to one of the big stories that we're tracking for today. It's high noon for Ekurhuleni Mayor Tania Campbell. This says the African National Congress gears to oust her through a motion of no confidence today. The party claims she's racialized service delivery by neglecting predominantly black areas. But the Democratic Alliance is not letting it slide. It says it will defend Campbell's record. Let's speak now to Councilor Siphumule Ntombela. He represents the Super 7 in that caucus. That's a group of smaller parties consisting of the IEC, ICM, NFP, PAC, UDM, ATM, as well as COPE. Mr. Ntombela, good morning and thank you very much for your time. An interesting name that you go by, it's the Super 7. Perhaps you need to give me clarity. These Super 7 parties, it does not comprise of the ANC. The ANC is not part of this.
Good morning, Tina, and good morning to your viewers. The Super 7 comprises of the smaller parties within the minority caucus. So minority caucus has got 12 parties, so this is 7 out of that 12 of the minority parties.
So what brings you together? What perhaps views do you share as the Super 7?
I think predominantly the views that we share is the views of improved and better and speedy delivery to our community. So what brings us together is continuous engagements to look into the proceedings of our municipality and how the municipalities run, and also to check from time to time when we sit and do engagements whether what we are witnessing or what we are seeing as performance of our municipality is actually leading to the improvement of the services that we render to our community. And the lack thereof actually has resulted us in agreeing in one voice as 7 parties to the motion that was raised by the ANC of no confidence to the Mayor Tania Campbell.
But you remain separate from the ANC. Some could easily say, then why not form some sort of a coalition with the African National Congress if at the very least you share the views that the current administration is not doing what they should be doing?
We are open. Actually, if you may be following in the motions that have been presented in our municipality, there are a lot of motions that we have supported which were not even coming from the ANC. They were coming from the EFF, others coming from Action SA, and some from the DA. So when we look into the an item that is presented, and we are satisfied that that item will bring about better services to our community, we support that motion. But of course, there is nothing stopping us from forming a coalition with the ANC, especially if the ANC we feel that they are in the better position, or they agree with us in principles of bringing a better prospect in governance that will deliver much more improved, better services to our community. So, but we are open. We speak to any other party, but in this instance, we really support this motion. I think it is about time that this unstable government, actually under the leadership of the executive mayor, is changed, and then we're looking forward to a more stable government.
Let's delve deeper into the issues of the so-called unstable government. Many have been criticizing the current administration of anti-poor policies. Talk to us about those, particularly the decision to do away with the free water that many were getting. There needed to be some sort of separate billing for most residents. We saw what happened with Tembisa. Just talk to us about those anti-poor policies.
We're actually taken by surprise with the new government that we thought they are living within the space of the communities that are, devastated by a COVID-19 pandemic, that are devastated by the results that COVID-19 brought to our community, which is more unemployment and any other effects thereof. And then you come and force our community to pay for services that you don't even do a roll call of people who benefit in indigent policy. We just come and force people to pay and cut services to them, and that shows actually that the government that we are experiencing in Ekurhuleni does not care at all with the economy. They don't even understand the scenarios and the conditions that our people are living in. And we will just quickly go back and touch on the budget that they passed, the budget where Rand Water gave us the tariff of 8%, and then they went in and added 3% on top of those, so adding the burden to the community that is already suffering, and also with NERSA giving us 7%, and then they added 2% extra to 9%. So you see that the government, which is led by DA under the Executive Mayor Tania Campbell, is really not bringing any better and any sort of a sense of understanding the situation that our people are under and delivering the services that they need. If needs be, it should be free, and if needs be, we should assist the community in any other ways. We should be stuck with negotiations of saying how do we actually deliver services under the situation that the municipality is in recovering from COVID-19, but not to go and suppress the community which is already in dire situation.
Mm-hmm. Which of the current issues were inherited from the previous administration of the ANC?
I think at the moment, ma'am, you'll obviously think that the whole running of the municipality was inherited from the previous administration. But when you come in, you are given an opportunity to bring in fresh ideas. It won't help that you sit and cry to say, but we've inherited this. You are given an opportunity, and the time that you are given is to conceptualize ideas, to move away from what you've been criticizing your forebearers on, and come up with your own ideas, of course being supported by council. If I may give you this example, if you have just the executive which is not stable, where MMCs are chopped and changed, every 2 months, and that's an abrupt change that just normally happens. I'm not sure if the mayor sleeps, and then when she wakes up and then she feels that she doesn't like these MMCs, then she just... So you cannot blame whatever that was inherited from the previous administration. It is your turn now. You are given an opportunity, so you can't just keep on changing, chopping and changing, and not filling other MMC position that has been vacant for over 3 months, and blame that on the inheritance from the previous administration. We all know the financial status that there has been COVID-19, so the municipal financial status is done. But we should be sitting around discussing and how do we actually together bring the financial status of the mayor to a better. But if you are led by the mayor, who even on the people that are working with her, just the 10 people, after every 2 months, she will be chopping and changing those people. So you'll see that there is no political will to actually come up to a solution that will bring about the better services to our community. The mayor just enjoying the power and using it willy-nilly.
Speaking of the chopping and changing, the PA MMCs were dismissed. Were you given reasons as to why they were dismissed?
Not at all. Actually, all the changes that the mayor has affected in her executive, she has not given us any reasons. The PA ones were the latest, where we just woke up and we saw, we've got 2 new MMCs. She's been doing that. It started when she was just 2 months in the office, late Feb, when she changed to MMCs. And we saw 2 new other MMCs. And as a result, before tabling of the budget, 2 MMCs from the DA actually resigned. And one was the MMC of Finance, and the other one was the leader of business. And the MMC of Finance cited the reason that he can't be the part of government that is working against his own principled beliefs. the government that is not even considering the people, community views on the IDP process. They're just consolidating the IDP, the budget without even considering the views that were taken through the IDP process. So he can't be part of that, and he resigned. So you will note that that is an MMC that was coming from DA. So you see how deep this problem is of this mayor that we're sitting with. So we hope that this opportunity that as the ANC has put forward this motion. So as these small 7 parties, I think we see as an opportunity to support this motion and also call upon other parties to do so that we go towards and move towards the government that will be more stable, the government that will actually focus its efforts to more new ways of making sure that the service to our people is improved and becomes better.
And then just in closing, let's talk about the stability of coalitions, because I was actually listening to an interview yesterday where Helen Zille was interviewed by Cape Talk. She went on to say that actually we don't have coalitions in South Africa. What we have are extortion rackets where smaller parties, I suppose such as yours, bully the bigger ones and make demands of this or the other. What is your view on these smaller parties asserting so much power?
I think what the DA was citing there is actually the opposite. So if you have a coalition, the coalition means that the voters did not decide on the outright majority to a certain party. So they are forcing you to sit together and co-govern and actually put your ideas together to give out the better solution towards the upliftment of their interest or community. So if you go there with a bigger brother mentality, that's where the coalition fails.
But should you not wield power, perhaps in comparison to the votes or seats that you hold? Should it not be proportional to the votes? That it cannot be a situation where you exert or you wield this extent of power that you essentially become the kingmakers?
Actually, ma'am, if we can go there, the power is shared according to the votes. You will notice in the metros where DA was assisted to lead, DA has got more MMCs there, and DA have taken a key position. There have been mayors, speakers, and whips, which means the municipality is led under their leadership. So, but in that case, it doesn't mean that every time you go into the meeting, then there's no need for the meeting if you get in with the mentality that I've got a bigger majority with you, so I won't be listening. So if you go to the meeting, it doesn't matter the size of the idea. If the idea is good, you don't look at whether the councillor is the 1 councillor or is 3 councillors or is 12 councillors, but you take the idea. So you will attest and agree with me if I say the Action SA has been complaining about the DA arrogance through and through, to say they're not listening to us, they're doing this and this and that. And it's not just Action SA. On the other small parties are complaining, but they are afraid because I think some members are happy that the DA make them MMCs, then they will just clap hands while they see that, and in the corridors they complain, but in council meetings where it matters the most, then they will sit there and clap hands, and even in mayoral meetings they'll just be they'll just be clapping hands for the DA mayor. So that's where now bad decisions are made, because people do not apply their mind. They just happy that they have been awarded an MMC. I'm 1 councillor, I'm now an MMC. So I'm not now representing the community, I'm just representing myself. But it's not true that it's because of the demand from the smaller parties. It is because of the arrogance that the DA has on other parties that make the coalition. Actually, coalition works very, very fine if you approach them with a collective mind status.
All right. Siphumule, thank you very much for your time. That was Siphumule Ntombela, who speaks on behalf of the smaller parties in the Ekurhuleni caucus called the Super Sevens.